Hello, Gamesline. I'm here with Angelika, community manager on The Invincible. Can you tell us about The Invincible? It's such a strong name.
Yeah, it is.
You're working on a game that's like, yes, I am here and I'm impervious to everything. That's such a bold, exciting thing to like just scream at people.
And then we have the dead man on a QR2. Yeah.
He's clearly not invincible.
Not at all.
I look at this guy and I'm like, yeah, invincible, huh?
So it's actually great for me that you dived into this perspective of the contrast, because it's important for a game to get into this kind of philosophical and existential narrative of sci-fi. Because, you know, when you think about different sci-fi games or different sci-fi books, most of the times you've got this alien concept of a creature with claws thirsting for your blood.
Right.
But in our game, it's an alien thing is a power much more subtle, but at the same time it is an existential threat to the humanity and something that mirrors our flaws as human species. An astrobiologist who comes to the unexplored yet planet Regis 3 together with her crew to begin a scientific mission.
Yep.
And so she wakes up there, her memories get blurry, and her crew is nowhere to be seen. So she has to figure out what is going on, what kind of planet is Regis 3, together with the help of her astrogator on a radio. So some people say it's kind of like Firewatch meets Alien in space.
That was kind of what I was thinking, was like a Firewatch vibe.
It is similar to Firewatch, but we do have more gameplay. So you've got multiple Atompunk tools and devices that you can use. You can interact with robots, because we have this sci-fi vision from 1960s. So nothing is cyber. You've got this heavy atom-powered machinery, and
so you're doing like an Atompunk kind of thing.
Yeah, Atompunk.
That's so rare. That's so weirdly rare. When it we were just talking with the steampunk developers earlier. And it's like, oh, this is different.
Something more than cyberpunk, you know.
Yeah, something more than cyberpunk.
Wow. So we've got a lot of cyberpunk stuff lately.
So our hero, she's carrying like this huge stuff.
Yeah, and it's designed that way that you have first-person perspective, so everything is clunky, you know, it's a bit hard to move around, and everything feels claustrophobic for you.
Yeah.
And if it comes to the gameplay, we also have choices that lead you to different endings. We've got multiple endings, multiple branches, and these are both gameplay and dialogue choices. So
there's things that you can actually do in the game that's going to completely change how everything works on the planet. Wow. I'm seeing a lot of the gameplay itself. It's tangible, right? It's about getting your hands on things.
Exactly.
It embodies this very specific identity. You've got the comms in front, the microphone, immediately in view at all times. In lieu of there's not a UI, but there is this thing that embodies that you are there.
Yes.
That feels really.
And it's your life that is on the line.
Your invincible life that's on the line. Oh wow. Oh god, yeah, you're just driving a whole truck through this thing. So what other kinds of things do you like when you're in this embodiment, right? You are holding on to things, you are touching things, you are getting yourself into the world. What kinds of interactions like that were really exciting to you?
So I think personally for me, these are all these different devices that you can use. So it's not only driving a rover. You can also use detector, telemeter, telescope, or lunette. We've got flying probe, that you can somehow interact with, or other kind of robots.
And all of those are just handheld and you're.
Yeah, or you've got, for example, bigger robots. So an Android, or we've got antimatter on a keyboard. So it has got heavy machinery. They can use lasers, atom powers, everything. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That makes the world feel a little less lonely.
Yes, exactly. But you also meet other people there. We've got two fractions that are essentially not in a mode of cooperation. They're rather. Let's say
don't
there's
cooperate,
a tension.
but
There's a tension. I won't spoil
not a
much.
rivalry, but like there's
Yeah,
an
but there's a
unseen,
tension.
unspoken,
Yeah,
like
and we've got-
I don't know about these guys, but they're the only people on the planet. So.
Yeah, but or are they?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we've got two fractions and as you said, a rivalry to each other. And so we've got Jasna from the Commonwealth, and maybe we'll meet another fraction as well.
Can you play like factions against each other, or
No,
can you
it's-
join the other faction? Or
It's more
you're
of a,
you're with them,
yeah,
and you're looking across the
First person
aisle, and
Yeah.
you're like, ooh, I don't know about these guys. Okay.
So you play only as Jasna, it's true, so it's not much personalized.
Right.
But I think it creates a good sense of stress, except from the danger from the
Exactly.
planet itself. But you also have this rare fraction that you don't know if you can trust them.
Yep.
You don't know how they will behave. What is going on? What is their goal, essentially? Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh my God. Franny, what's the movie with the? I'm sorry, I'm blanking on
No
this.
problem.
What's the movie that? This is a classic movie. The guy sticks his arm into the dog and like, clamps on him and does this.
I understand what you mean.
What is that movie?
Okay.
The Thing.
Yeah.
The Thing. I'm like blanking on. I know it's an obvious.
It was too simple to remember, right?
I'm just thinking about John Carpenter's The Thing and how there's this like looming presence, and that also has two factions. It has this American base and this Russian base, and they always talk about the Russian base with a little bit of like rivalry, but they're scientists. They're not
Yeah,
militants.
exactly. So
They're all on this project together, and then the Thing is happening around them, and the entire time they're like, the Russians would never have to deal. They already are. They're fine over there, and they're not fine. So like, that's the kind of like existential threat kind of idea that I'm thinking about immediately when you talk about there's two factions, there's this rivalry, but they all are stuck on the same planet, and I don't know. There's something just so dramatic. There is this drama that's just inherent, even though these are all professionals that are trying to work together.
Yeah, so it's not in the middle of the politics, but at the same time, if
Yeah.
you're a scientist and you get to discover something first, you can use it, against somebody or just to be
Right.
stronger. So there is certainly this kind of
This political imbalance
yeah,
that you get to like
exactly.
search through. Like a first-person game.
yeah,
Where you have a lot of different modules you are playing with. In first-person game designs, I feel like I'm always focused on the center of the screen, and it becomes really hard to interface with things that are right in front of you, because in real life we focus on things that we are holding, right?
yeah.
But in here, when you're playing a game, your eyesight just darts everywhere all the time. Is there any tricks that are going on here that help focus the player onto any of the specific things that they are doing at any given time? Because you're just doing so many jobs, you're doing so many tasks. There's so many things that you're interfacing with at any given time.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's simpler to focus, I think, when you have this
Widened like field of view.
Yeah,
the
but
player's cam.
Exactly, yeah, but you've got this helmet on, here's the mix, so it kind of makes your perspective a bit smaller.
I think you're right,
but
yeah.
it adds to the tension, because you can look everywhere at the same time. So if anyone is coming nearby, you just have to look around and see whether
If
you're
anyone
safe.
is coming, is that a
Yeah.
threat? Are there people that are going to come and get you?
I mean, there aren't any fight mechanics of sorts or survival.
Right.
But
This is a science mission.
Yeah, there are events that you gotta be careful, and
Okay.
see what
Leaving
some
it at that,
things
like-
are about.
Something might jump out at you. Oh, I love this. What's down the pipeline for the Invincible?
We actually got the release coming, so
You do? It's
November
like
6th. Yeah,
Right.
in 2 months.
That is very soon.
Yeah, it's a busy time now.
I kind of figure. So with all of this coming out, it's coming out on Steam?
On PC, Xbox 5 and PS5 and Xbox Series XS. So next gen consoles and PC at the same time.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So then, what happened? What after release happens? Are you gonna keep working on anything more, or is there anything else?
We are thinking about next steps. Many people, for example, ask about VR option, and I understand like this looks like a VR game to be made.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see for reviews, you know.
Okay, I like that idea. Yeah, you're gonna look at the reviews, see how it looks,
because,
see how the sales go, and then maybe VR.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe VR, maybe DLC. You know, we've got these options open, and we basically see about what kind of feedback we get, because we've been to different events. For example, Gamescom.
That was like a week ago. Yeah, God.
So we got a much feedback, and all of it is positive. I'm glad for it. But yeah, there will be some, you know, things to maybe change if people would like. So
amazing.
We're waiting for the release to see.
Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for everything, Angelika.
Thank you.
This looks awesome. It looks just so clean.
Thank you for the compliments. I really appreciate it.
And just the looming existential threat. I think that kind of draws me in a little bit. I love to have a little looming existentialism from time to time.
Yeah, and this deeply psychological narrative that you can delve into.
Psychological narrative, that draws me a little bit.
To crush your life, essentially, from the psychological perspective.
Yes! Yes! Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Of course.
You have
a
great energy, I have to say.
Oh, you're too kind. You do too. Oh,
Thank
we've got this chemistry going on. It's great.